Aloha everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about whether or not we think love at first sight is real.
Aloha, my name is Marsha Wald, and you're on my channel. And finally, you get to meet my husband, Jesse Wald.
And I think one of the best ways to answer this question is to tell everybody how we met.
All right.
What do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And by the way, this is totally unscripted, so I might get myself in some trouble. Let's just see how this goes.
All right.
You want to start?
Okay. Yeah. So we met online.
Yep.
And
Match.com.
Match.com, and it's not sponsored. It's not sponsoring us. But for me, as you all know on my channel, I talk about spirit and all of that manifestation. And spirit actually just said to me, I should sign up on Match.com. And I was like, no, because I had a bad experience and I didn't want to do it, but I just felt like I should. And it was like perfectly divine timing because I signed up and then a day later or so he popped up as a possibility, and there was something about his picture. And so I sent him a message, and then his response was, here's my number, I'm leaving the site, call me if you're interested. And I did, and the rest is history.
Yeah, well, my experience was a little bit different because I had been on Match for a while and I was starting to get frustrated with the type of people that I was meeting, which part of it had to do with being catfished, showing up to dates and people weren't what they described themselves to be.
Yep.
So I definitely was hesitant. I wasn't trusting that the photo was real. So I can't say that the photo was what got me as far as love at first sight. But after we connected online and we shared phone numbers, we talked on the phone.
Yep.
For hours and hours. And
yeah.
We were living in two different towns at the time, about 45-minute drive away.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't really convenient to just go meet right away. So we got to know each other.
Yep.
Got to know each other's voices and, just demeanor and all that. And then we set up the time to go meet.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll say that when I came to meet you, I saw somebody else that looked similar to you, and I was not excited. And then I realized it wasn't you, and then I did see you, and I was like really excited. And at that point, I would say, yeah, it probably was love at first sight, but I also think it had a lot to do with the conversations that we had and,
mm-hmm.
Getting to know each other, taking time to connect. And there's something to be said for meeting in person too, right?
Yeah.
And feeling energies and all that too.
Yeah, that was my biggest fear because from the first conversation, was just like, oh my God, he's too good to be true. But I was believing, I had a nice list, and he was just checking all the boxes. And by day 3, because we talked every night for hours, and by day 3, I was just like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this guy. And I hope when I see him, he's really even better than what he's on his photo. And so when I met him, I felt the same peace and calm that I felt from the first conversation. And yes, it was love at first sight for me too. So
I think to clarify though, you said that I checked a lot of boxes.
Yep.
I also didn't check a lot of boxes, right?
Exactly. In terms of, so I had my manifestation list, and for, my audience know I have a list, and I've talked about this on my channel. But I was clear about what I desire in a man. And so I had a list where if a guy wasn't in alignment, it was like, nope, I was done. Because there were, I was on Match. So there were other guys that, caught my attention, that we were talking. But with him, there was just something about him, which I just couldn't put my finger on, where I just felt like, yeah, yeah. And then, of course, catfished also, so yeah, I was like, please, please let him be real. Let it be really, really real.
And it all worked out. So
yeah.
So, but I'm curious what everybody else thinks. Is
Yeah.
love at first sight real? So comment in the comment section below
Yeah.
what you think about that. And let us know too if you think that we should do more videos with us together.
Yeah.
I think we have
a story.
a unique relationship that's very traditional in some ways, but also very unconventional in other ways. But it really works for us.
Yeah.
We've been together over 10 years, coming up on our 9th wedding anniversary later this month. And a lot of people that we talk to comment that they'd like to know more about our story and how we get along so well.
Right. Because, I'm Jamaican again.
I'm from Wisconsin, so it's kind of an conventional match.
We met in Hawaii.
And we met in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But I think that the important thing for people to know is, don't worry about what everybody else thinks a relationship should be.
Absolutely.
And, whether you're in a relationship or you're looking for a relationship, don't put yourself in a box and just do what works for you. Yep,
exactly. That's something that I talk about on my channel too, is creating your love list, and also finding out and being clear about what you truly desire, what's in alignment for you, what works, and being true to yourself, being truly authentic. And our relationship has allowed me to be myself, where I never had to change who I am in order to, yes, we did have some culture bumps, but that was pretty minor. But I never had to change, really.
Yeah, no, I would say to any single guys out there, go get a Jamaican girlfriend, because you might have thought there was cultural bumps, but I thought that the bumps were bonuses.
Yeah, so if you have questions, if you have doubts, he just said you can do it. You can try. Yeah, it's pretty good so far.
Yeah. Yep. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Yep. So now that you know that it's true, I do have a husband, because I've been sharing and been on YouTube for a while, and so now you get to meet my husband and to know more about our story.
So I think do you have any final thoughts?
No. I think we're good so far.
Just
testing this.
Just make sure that everybody likes the video and subscribe to Marsha's channel, because we got some more juicy things that we want to talk about.
Absolutely. So, yeah.
All right. Until we see you guys on the next one.
Aloha.